Hi everybody, here we are again on the newsletter time. So we're going to go straight over to Logan to talk about clothing.
Thank you very much, Rob. We have had a brand new delivery of a lot of Glamour Your clothing. So the first item we have here is the Ramsey. It's a nice thick quarter zip mid layer and it retails at £69. So the next item we have is the Crawford shirt. It is a nice performance fabric fit and retails at £45 and comes in two very nice different colours. The next one we have is the very popular Torrance shirt. It is the same fabric as the Crawford and comes in three very nice different colours. And also comes in at £45. So the last item we have is my personal favourite. It is a thin mid layer with the wick. Comes in at £59.99 in this lovely blue camo. Now we're going to go back over to Rob.
Just finished stacking up the super soft golf balls from Callaway with a bonus pack, 15 ball pack, so you get a free sleeve at only £25 a box. Bargain. Anyway, thanks Logan for talking about some clothing. Now we're going to go over to Alex to talk about a Loft and Lie machine. Let's find out.
Hello, it's Alex down here in the tool shed. Not many of you might know, but we have a state-of-the-art Loft and Lie machine in the tool shed. Now today I'm going to take you through what it means to have your club's Loft and Lie checked and how that can improve your golf. I'm just going to show you in a little demo on how the lie angle can affect your golf. So, the white line is our target line, okay? So I'm going to put the face of the club square to that target line. Now, if our club is more upright, okay, you can see that that's affecting where the club face is aiming. The club face is remaining the same place. All I'm doing is lowering the club to put a more upright position. If I do the other way, you can see how much this is affecting. Now what this means is that you can deliver the club into the perfect position, but the club be in the wrong angle and then you miss left or right. Now, we're going to move on to how we can then change that for you. We know why we want our clubs bent now because we can see the effect it has in our game, but now I'm going to show you how we do that. So I've got a club from the back room and I've popped it into the device. I did some research on the internet and this club was a Callaway 7 iron, an Apex, and the Apex 7 iron should be 30.5 degrees of loft. As you can see on our screen, over time, over the last 3 years or so, that's changed by over a degree. So, and then the lie should be 62 at standard, it's actually 60. So we can see that this has changed over time, being a forged club, getting banging around or putting into your car, then coming out, it can bend over time. And that can make a real difference to your game. So then using the tool and the way that it's put into the device, we can then bend that away back to standard for you guys. What a fantastic video that's been. I've really enjoyed myself explaining that information to you guys. Now, remember, £5 per club for you to get your clubs Loft and Lie checked and bent back to exactly what it should be. No problems, just solutions.
Thanks Alex for a great video on Loft and Lies. So you join me over here in the FitJoy section. We introduced it a couple of weeks ago with this colourway, which is very nice. But because it's been going so well, we've introduced another colourway, which is more of the blue colour. You can see spotted shirt there, really, really nice. The biggest thing about the FitJoy stuff I've noticed this year, nice little gilet shirt combination, is the quality. The quality is really, really nice and soft and washable. So I know because I do my own washing. Why don't you pop in and have a little look? Now, we've also got in, coming into the summer, the weather's changing slightly, some shorts as well. So pop in and have a little look. And now we're going to go over to Lewis to talk about custom fit.
Hi everyone, welcome back to this week's custom fitting part of the video. And this week I'm going to be talking to you about driver shaft length. So let's get straight into it. So as you can see behind me here, there are tons of different shafts that you can have in your driver. Now during the custom fit process, I'll always be looking at where you strike the ball. If you strike the ball off the toe, off the heel, we might want to make the driver a different length. Whether that be longer or shorter, it can improve your driving quite significantly. So what I'm going to do to show you how this can make a big difference is hit a few shots. So I'm going to hit some shots with a standard length driver and then some with a driver that's an inch shorter than standard. So I'm going to hit 5 shots with the standard length and 5 shots with the slightly shorter one. Now, quite a common misconception with the shorter shaft is that you lose a lot of distance. Now, in some cases, this can be definitely true, but in most cases, you'll actually hit the ball a lot further and a bit more consistently because you'll find the middle of the club face more often. If you find the middle of the club face more often, you're going to produce more ball speed, which is always going to create more distance. So let's hit these 5 shots with each and let's see the differences. So that's the 5 shots with each club hit. Now if we ping up the data here, first of all we'll have a look at the strike pattern. So with the inch shorter, I definitely struck it a lot better, certainly a lot more close to the centre line. You can see both graphs here comparing against each other. You definitely see that strike pattern's a lot more close to the centre with that 1 inch shorter. So for me, that certainly works a lot better. So let's bring up the next lot of data here. Now the huge thing that you'll see on this screen here is the ball speed. So just by having that little less off the golf shaft, we can see ball strike was a lot better, more central, which brought the ball speed right up to 165, which is very good on average, much better than the standard length. I actually use a shorter shaft anyway with my driver. Because of that, as you can see on screen, I just get a little bit more out of the driver, which then, through increasing ball speed, I will increase my overall distance. Now with the shorter shaft, I definitely launched the ball a little bit lower, purely because that's just where I struck it. It happens, but that just means I'd probably have to use a slightly higher degree in the head. But with that ball speed, you can see the distance was a lot better. Dispersion rate, they're about the same. I was a lot more further left than I was right with the shorter shaft, probably because it helped my swing, hit a bit more on the inside, helped me hit more of a draw rather than my natural fade. You can see the clear differences between having the standard length shaft or the slightly shorter one. For me, the shorter shaft worked a lot better. Now, if you want to come find out for yourselves what will work better, make sure to book in a fitting for a driver and we can have a look at the different length shafts and see if that helps your driver game. See you all soon. So that was my fitting video for this week on the length of your driver shaft. Now, if you join me over by these bags here, we've had a great new delivery. This is the very, very popular Titleist Stay Dry stand bag. It's all you need from a stand bag. Fully waterproof, very, very lightweight, and comes in multiple different colours. This year it's retailing at £219. Make sure to come and view them for yourself. They really are one of the best carry bags that you can buy. Now, let's go to Alex for his Rules of the Week video.
Thank you, Lewis. This week we're out on the golf course trying to clear up some rules for the debates in the clubhouse. We've had 2 members come up to us in their little swindle, got some problems. We're here to save the day. Let's move on. I have just hit the best drive of my life and my ball has rested on the road, or near the road, on the 8th. Now, as you can see, if I get the golf club out that I want to hit, I am standing on the road with my back foot. I need to find the nearest point of relief. I can't drop it anywhere not near the hole. It has to be the nearest point of relief. Now, if we look here, the nearest point of relief where I am not on the road is actually this side of the road, but just backwards, okay? You can clearly see I'm taking a stance and nothing is touching the road. Now, what I do is I can place a tee down to that point. I can pick up the ball and then I take a 1 club length from that point no nearer the hole. So the tee is here, I can take a 1 club length, fantastic. My ball is now in play. Just to reiterate, the ball needs to be dropped no nearer the hole and then 1 club length from there. Another rule with the roads is the road needs to be in the bounds of the golf course. So for example, down at the third, with the road that runs along, that is out of the boundaries of the golf course. So if you're stood on the road but the ball is in play, this rule does not count. Okay, the road has to be in the boundaries of the golf course. Now, the second rule that we need to cover is in the bunkers. So imagine this circle that we've drawn in the bunker where my ball is lying is water. We can take free relief, however, it has to be taken in the bunker. So for example, the circle is all water, I come in, pick up my ball, the nearest point of relief here is probably here, where I can stand in the bunker and place, so it's a knee drop in, okay, then I can take my stance and hit the shot. It has to be taken in the bunker. Now, you can drop it outside of the bunker, but this will cost you a one-shot penalty. That drop, again, is taken at the nearest point of relief, no nearer the hole. Okay, all the drops are taken nearest point of relief, no nearer the hole. We cannot go closer to the hole. If the bunker has not been deemed GUR, these rules apply. If the greenkeepers and the bunker has been deemed GUR because there's too much water in it, you then get free relief out of the bunker, no nearer the hole. That is the end of rules of the week for this week. We've cleared up 2 incidences in different groups, so hopefully this clears up any debate while in the clubhouse. If there are any more that you need us to clear up, come into the pro shop, ask them, and we'll do them.
Thanks, Alex, for that brilliant video on rules. This week, I'm going to be talking to you about the Motorcaddy Push Cube Trolley. So the trolley comes in 3 different colours. It has an adjustable handle, a drink and scorecard holder. It also has accessory compartments, and it's very compact and folds up very small. So here's Lewis going to show you how easy it is to unfold this trolley. It's very simple. There's just one lever to pop out, and then the bottom wheel just folds out from underneath like so. Wow, look how easy that is. So that was the Motorcaddy Cube Push Trolley, retailing at $179. Back to Alex for his coaching video.
Hello, welcome down to the 8th fairway. I'm going to talk to you through how to hit a high shot into a green or over a tree, or whenever you feel like you need to hit the high shot. Now, much like a low shot, we just change it for a high shot. So, for example, with a low shot, we need it slightly back in our stance and lower speed. For a high shot, we need it slightly forward in our stance with more speed. Okay, so I'm going to set up to this 8-iron absolutely normally, so middle of the stance. Now, like I just said, to hit this higher, we need to go slightly forward, not too far, maybe half a ball roll, okay? Then, as we're coming down to the ball, we need to increase our speed to get more velocity to get the ball up in the air. Fantastic. Now, for this instant, I want to hit this higher so the ball comes down at more of a angled approach into the green, so it stops easier for me for the 8th green. Like I said, I'm going to set up to the middle of the stance. I'm going to go back half an inch, and then I'm going to come through and hit it slightly quicker than I normally would. Fantastic, that's gone nice and high, and it's going to come down into the green nice and softly. As you can see, the ball came down quite angled into the green, so it stopped pretty quick to where it hit the green. Okay, nice and easy, more speed, a little bit further forward in your stance. That is my tip of the week.
So that was Alex's coaching video for this week. How to hit that high shot. I, myself, use that shot quite a bit. See if you can implement it into your game. Now, I'm standing by the Masters draw. As you can see, it's filling up quite a bit. There's only 1 week left until the Masters, so make sure if you want to be entered into our draw to win some lovely vouchers for the top 6, make sure you enter in the next couple of days. £5 per entry. Now, we're going to go over to Rob for something slightly different. He's going to be talking to you about what is in his golf bag for this year. So let's go straight over to Rob.
Thanks, Lewis. Great bit of information. Right, now, mix it up this week. I'm going to show you what's in my bag. So I've just had a brand new delivery from Callaway, so let's have a little look. Here's the driver. It's the triple diamond Rogue, which is the low spin head, but in a 10.5 degree and in a tensite extra stiff shaft. Next up, I've got my distance club from the fairway, which is the 3HL. Now the HL is like an old school forward, gets it up in the air a bit easier for me, and good for the longer par 4s and par 5s. Okay, next up I've got the 7 wood in the max, so nice and forgiving, gives a really high ball flight at 21 degrees, and also at 21 degrees I've got the utility iron, which is a much lower ball flight. So these are actually my decision before I go out on the golf course, whether I want a lower ball flight or a higher ball flight. As if I had both in the clubs, I've got 15 clubs. Can't do that. So next up, I've got the irons. I've got the Rogue Pro irons. They look fantastic. So they look like a bladed look, but still a bit more forgiveness. Spec in these, I'm ½ inch longer. I'm in a Project X 6.0 and I'm standard lie, but I'm usually upright, but because we've gone a little bit longer, that affects the lie, which Lewis knows all about. So after the pitching wedge, I have a 50 degree and a 54 degree in the MD5 wedges. They look fantastic. I've got them both at 10 degrees bounce. So for me, that works perfectly around the courses that I play. So my final wedge is a 58 degree, which is in the Jaws full toe wedge. Now what that means is the grooves work right the way to the edge of the club. This is perfect if I wanted to open the club face up and manipulate the face to get them up and down shots. So last thing I haven't spoken about is the grip. It's the last thing that we fit for in the tour shed, and so I've gone for the Golf Pride MMC +4 standard, but with an extra layer of tape in the blue, and I think it looks quite nice. So last up, got with the putter. Unfortunately my new putter hasn't come in yet, but as a sneak peek it's very similar to this one, which is a centre shaft. So let's have a little rummage in my bag. Right, let's have a little rummage in this front pocket. See what we find. Hopefully no bananas. Right, we've got a nice glove, Callaway leather glove, fully leather. It's absolutely lovely. What else? Oh, I'll tell you what I've got. My ball, so to mark the ball with a line, but what I'm actually doing now is using the triple track. So, don't know if you've used the triple track, but I think it's fantastic to line up your short putts especially. Great. What else have we got in here? I've got a couple of pencils, like I say, another marker, and some tees. That's about it. Right, so in my bigger pockets, we live in England, so I'm hoping there's some waterproof clothing in here. Let's have a little look. Yep, so there's my waterproof trousers, my Mac Wets as well, which are fantastic. A pair of gloves, work really good in the rain, obviously. Some spare gloves, plenty of spare gloves, nice and dry, keep them dry in the bag. And what have we got round this side? So plenty of water, something that we don't drink enough of, so plenty of water in there. I've got an old apple and a flapjack, so nutrition on the golf course is definitely key. You should be drinking lots and lots of water and take on enough food. So that's it for this week. Let's see what we've got next week.
Now, I hope you all enjoyed that video from Rob about what's in the bag. We will be doing one of those for all of us who work in the shop, so mine will be hopefully in the next couple of weeks along with Alex's, so join us for those. Now, thank you so much yet again for watching the video. If you want to see more, make sure to comment your ideas, especially about the rules and the coaching tips. If you want to see more of those, let us know what you want to see and we can include them in next week's video. See you all soon.